Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on Training Tuesday. Our topics today are going to be updates and reminders. We'll do our countdown. We'll go over commitment to diversity. We'll talk about where other trainings are and when they're coming up, and we'll finish out with a life hack for today. All right, updates and reminders. Our IPG team is working diligently on the transition to the new system, and you should be receiving your login instructions soon. Please note that the email will come from IPG support at starssmp.com. If you would like to review how to work this system, please review the Training Tuesday recording. CPO Notice 2024.04, that was issued a couple weeks ago. It does require all of the, sorry, I'm going to make sure everybody's muted. All right, it does require everyone that's involved in procurement to take the diversity and inclusion in procurement training issued by the Chief Procurement Office for General Services. If your agency has access to OneNet, your employees should, or those that are involved in procurement, should therefore have access to that training. If they, for some reason, are not seeing the training actively in the My Training section whenever they log in, there is a search option in the top right-hand corner. Please have them utilize that to try to find the training. And as far as password resets, your password is the same password for OneNet that you use to log into your computer. OneNet and our office are unable to reset your state password. All right, countdown is on quick. Thanksgiving is only 16 days away, and the end of the calendar year is only 54 days away. So please make sure that you're working diligently with your APO, your procurement teams, and your SPO to get any procurements done that need to be completed for the end of the calendar year or early January procurements. All right. I, at this time, am going to turn it over to Melissa, and she is going to actually talk about the top 6 things to know about the new commitment to diversity. So Melissa, I will let you steal the screen and take it away.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are going to take a few minutes to take a look at the top 6 things you should know about the new commitment to diversity. As we go through this, if you have any questions, feel free to drop those in chat. We have some people who are going to be answering as we go. And if there's anything that they're unable to answer, I will gladly answer those after we finish. So this morning, we're going to take a look at the top 6 things. We launched our new commitment to diversity in July. And we have been kind of rolling along since then. We're right at the beginning. We've had our first few RFPs that have gone out with this new version. And so we wanted to do a quick reminder for everybody as everything kind of picks up speed and gets going. So let's start with number 6. The number 6 thing you should know about commitment to diversity is that everything you need is available in the same space. As we began to rework commitment to diversity, we really wanted to be sure that there were resources readily available for both our vendors and our agencies. Step-by-step guides, all of the documents you need, any sort of training that might come up, we want to make sure it's available to you in one place. And so we have all of that on our CPOGS DEI webpage. At that page, you'll find both the agency and vendor guidance documents. You'll find the vendor submission form, which is the form that they fill out to submit for commitment to diversity, our evaluator scoring document, and there are additional resources, an FAQ, and in the near future, we'll have some vendor commitment to diversity training videos up on that site as well. All of that can be found at the CPO page at www.cpo-general.illinois.gov. And we'll have a link right there in the slides for you. Number 5 is that the new commitment to diversity is officially a part of the new RFP template. So I know last week during Training Tuesday, we talked about this new RFP template, this amazing document that has been put together to make this whole process easier for everyone. And as a part of that, we have put the new commitment to diversity directly into the document for ease of use. So commitment to diversity is in section D4, which makes including it and making it a part of your procurement that much easier. As you are preparing those RFPs, it's in there for you. As always, if you have any questions, we're happy to help, but it's pretty well laid out for you right in that section. The new template can be found on the CPOGS webpage under solicitation and contract template forms. And again, it's already in there and included for you, so super easy to use. Number 4, the new commitment to diversity contains 6 evaluation factors, and we'll just run through those very quickly. Number 1 is BEP compliance. Number 2 is subcontracting or contracting with any WMD business, and those businesses are not required to be certified with the BEP program. Number 3 is DEI spend. Number 4 is DEI time. Number 5 is DEI policies. And number 6 is diversity in staffing. So those are the 6 evaluation pieces that we are looking at in the new commitment to diversity evaluation in our RFPs. Now, all of these are very similar to what was previously being evaluated. They're a little bit more specific. They're written to be a little bit clearer for our vendors so that they understand exactly what's going to be evaluated and reviewed. But most importantly, if you're going to use the new RFP template and use the new commitment to diversity, all 6 factors must be used. I know that previously factors were allowed to be chosen. Sometimes 1 or 2 would be chosen, or all 5 would be used. In the new commitment to diversity, all 6 must be used. And the reason for that is that we want to be able to offer that consistency in evaluation from procurement to procurement, from agency to agency, so that vendors know exactly what is going to be reviewed. And that allows us to encourage the vendors to come back, take a look at their scoring, and look at ways that they can increase their points as they are bidding on new procurements throughout the year. Increasing those points means they're completing activities in the community that are in support of DEI. So it kind of works as one big cycle in terms of what we are looking at for the vendors and ways that they can be creative in terms of increasing those points as they move forward. So again, all 6 factors need to be used. There are detailed descriptions of each of the factors in the vendor guidance and agency guidance forms that you can find on the CPOGS website, and the scoring information as well. All right, number 3 is that vendors are now responsible for verifying their submissions. So what does that mean for agencies? That means no more phone calls or emails to verify information. As we started to put the new evaluation pieces together, we wanted to be very specific with vendors, and we wanted to increase their opportunity for points. And that meant that the need for verification was going to grow. And that is not something that the agencies should have to take on. It also, as vendors are verifying their own information, it's a way for them to feel confident in the fact that they will be more than likely to receive those points versus depending on someone else to answer a phone call or answer an email. Again, with the increased opportunity for points in this new version, there's a greater amount of information that has to be verified, and that verification will be required for any item that the vendor is submitting for scoring. So as they fill out their vendor submission document, they put their information into that submission document. Everything that they list there has to be verified. For our evaluators, as you're going through that upload and you're evaluating their commitment to diversity, if a verification document is not attached or the evaluator feels that it does not verify the activity, then no points will be given for that particular event. And that is something that we review pretty consistently with our vendors throughout that training. So number 2 is that the new combined scoring documents make the whole process easier for evaluators. So again, as we started to put everything together, we wanted there to be an easier way for evaluators to complete their part of the process, for vendors to review the scores that they received, and on our end, for us to be able to pull the data of what is occurring through the Commitment to Diversity evaluation factor. And so we put together a scoring worksheet and a score sheet and have combined those two so that as evaluators are completing the scoring worksheet and they are entering their scores and their comments, which are very important, that information is automatically transferring over to the final score sheet. Again, I want to mention comments and just say that because we are encouraging vendors to come back and review their commitment to diversity evaluations, comments are going to be very important to help them understand why they were scored the way they were scored, to explain if for some reason they didn't receive a score for something that they had submitted and thought they would be scored on, and for any sort of outlier issues. So we made sure that there's space on both documents for comments from our evaluators. Those comments don't have to be super detailed, just a quick explanation of why they are providing the score to the vendor that they are. As those evaluators complete the scoring, they fill in their scores and their comments. The other amazing thing that this scoring document does is it calculates your final actual commitment to diversity score, excuse me. So we have kept scoring for commitment to diversity very simple. The maximum total score that anyone can receive on the new commitment to diversity is 100 points. But we know that technical scores range pretty significantly. So we wanted to simplify the math for everybody on that. And what we've done with our score sheet here is we have taken those 100 points, we're able to convert that to a percentage, and then based on the procurement's maximum technical score, the sheet will calculate for you what the actual commitment to diversity score is, so that can be recorded in that way. It's just another step to kind of simplify the process for everyone. That maximum technical score can be entered by the APO as they hand these documents out to evaluators. It can be entered by evaluators as they are completing the document, whatever the agency prefers. The other thing that's really nice about this document is that we know we have some agencies that use a scoring roll-up document that kind of combines everything into one thing. And these scoring sheets can be linked to those roll-up documents so that everything kind of moves over all on its own. And there's not a lot of transmission or movement that has to be done with those numbers once the scoring is finished. So that scoring document overall is just working to make things easier for you guys. All right. And finally, the number one thing that everybody needs to know about commitment to diversity is that it's just easier and it's built to create change. So the new commitment to diversity has easily accessible resources, clear guidelines for both agencies and vendors, and delivers consistency in what is being evaluated. It clearly lays out what vendors can do to improve their scores, encouraging them to continue to invest in both WMD businesses and in their community at large. And by doing those two things, we are hoping that our agencies and vendors as partners can help to create a real chance for real change. So I will leave that there with the note to let you know that if you have any questions or you need support with commitment to diversity, feel free to email us at cpogsdi.dei@illinois.gov. Either Bree or myself will be happy to respond to you. And with that, I am done. If there are any questions, I am happy to respond to those. All right. Kylie, I will pass it back to you then.
All right, thank you so much. I am just going to get my video turned back on here. Again, thank you so much, Melissa, for presenting on that. We really appreciate it. All right, so Training Center, you can find all of our upcoming trainings here, and let's talk about what is upcoming. So we have Introduction to Illinois Procurement. That course is happening on Wednesday, December the 6th. You do have to pre-register for this course in order to attend. Our bid by monthly training is happening tomorrow. Feel free to join us for the whole day or a portion of the day. If you are new to bid buy, we definitely encourage the whole day so you can get the whole understanding of bid buy and how it functions. We also will follow up with bid buy practice sessions. We have these every second and third Thursday of each month. They start at 9 a.m. So this month those will occur on November the 9th and November the 16th. These sessions are completely informal. We'll just collaborate and address any aspects of bid buy that you're having issues or questions about. All right, let's finish up with our life hack for today. With Thanksgiving quickly approaching, I would like to give you a hack for the kitchen. You can use a paper plate as a splatter shield with a hand mixer. You just have to poke the two prongs of the mixer through before you actually attach it to the hand mixer, and this has then a nice plate that keeps those splatters from getting all over you or your countertop. All right, if you have any additional questions, please feel free to address those to cpogs.training@illinois.gov. Thank you all so much for your attendance today. Have a great day.